There are great examples throughout your industry of where organizations have challenged their innovation sclerosis by challenging themselves to do things differently. You know StarKist, the tuna company? They brought out tuna in a tin can for 110 years. It never crossed their minds that maybe they could achieve significant innovation with their packaging. They finally brought out tuna in a resealable plastic tuna pouch. In the very first year, they saw $200 million revenue uplift simply through innovation from packaging. What is your tin can? Where are the tin cans throughout your organization that are holding you back? You know what I've realized with a lot of organizations? There are people who wake up in the morning and the very first thought that comes to their mind, what am I going to do today to kill great ideas? Seriously, this is what people do, because look at the excuses we make. Look at what we run into. You can't do that because we've always done it this way. The worst excuse we use in business today. We don't need to do it right now. Well, if we're not going to do it now, when are we going to do it? I don't think it's necessary. We get stuck to the present as opposed to accelerating ourselves to the future. It's too risky. What these excuses do is they establish an organizational sclerosis that holds us back from our ability to pursue what comes next.
Futurist Jim Carroll from the home broadcast studio. Are you suffering from organizational sclerosis driven by the uncertainty of the pandemic? You're sitting around not wondering, what you should be doing next and how you should be innovating, but instead you're stuck because you are being driven by the indecision that has come with this new economic era. Look, I've seen this in previous economic downturns. I have studied relentlessly what it is that innovative organizations do to challenge themselves to get ahead in a period of economic uncertainty. And looking back, for example, in 2009, I was on stage with many organizations in Las Vegas talking about the innovation killers. These are the attitudes and phrases which hold us back from pursuing the future. Phrases such as, you can't do that because we've always done it this way, it won't work, it's a dumb idea, the bus won't go for it, it's too risky. These are the attitudes that really hold us back from pursuing the future. And it's this type of thing which is settling in at this moment in time now because uncertainty rules your world. Here's what I'm witnessing. A lot of organizations are not taking advantage of the fact that the trends around us are accelerating. Things are speeding up. New massive disruptive opportunities are emerging. Instead, I'm discovering a lot of organizations are doing the same thing they've done during every previous period of economic uncertainty. So I've updated my innovation killer list with the new list of what I'm witnessing organizations doing, the excuses they are making that are holding them back from pursuing the future. And ask yourself if you are guilty of these attitudes, or if you are seeing your friends and colleagues or your CEO or others throughout an organization utilizing these new excuses every single day when you're trying to get new initiatives happening. Think about this one. Number one, we will wait until this ends. It's not going to end anytime soon. We are stuck in this pandemic reality for quite some period of time to come. We don't think we're impacted. I'm seeing this one all over the place. Of course you're impacted. This is profound. This is a massive economic and disruptive upheaval that surrounds everyone. We're not quite certain what we should be doing. You need certainty, you need guidance, you need to understand how your world is changing and the trends that are impacting you if you are to have any hope of surviving and thriving through this thing. We're not prepared to invest right now. I've seen a lot of folks make this excuse. They're just going to wait until there's a little bit more clarity, a little bit more certainty around them. That's not going to come for quite some time. If you don't invest now, when are you going to invest? We're just going to take some small steps. We're not really comfortable with, doing anything aggressive. You missed the title of my book, Think Big, Start Small, Scale Fast. Right now is the time to make big, bold moves because you've got to position yourself for the growth and opportunity as we come out the other side of this thing. We're not quite prepared to commit with all the uncertainty. I'm hearing this one all over the place. As individuals are seeking clarity and certainty. But look, volatility is our new normal, and we need to align to that. We're seeing the excuses being made that, well, the science is far from clear. The science is very clear. If we don't have dramatic action, we are not going to get through this thing. I'm seeing a lot of folks saying it will soon be over. It won't. We are looking at upheaval through the rest of 2020. We are certainly looking at a lot of continued upheaval throughout 2021. There's really, no conclusion on when we're going to be out of this thing and everything's going to return to normal because there is no normal. I'm seeing a lot of folks make this excuse. It's impacting other people, but not me. This is global. This is massive. This is huge. The impact is profound and is being felt everywhere. I'm seeing folks making the excuse, well, it's way overblown. Well, if you subscribe to that type of thinking, 40 million people unemployed in North America, that's certainly not overblown. I'll just wait until things get back to normal. They won't. Everything has changed. This is systemic. This is fundamental. This is transformative. You've got to get out of that line of thinking. I'm seeing folks make the excuse, well, we'll just keep doing what we've done before. We'll use the same formulas. And you can't do that when everything has changed in such a fundamental way. We'll inspire ourselves with some sort of random, strong hashtag. This isn't about inspiration. This is about hard work. This is about putting in the effort. This is about working hard to reinvent yourself, your business model, your product line, your service line, whatever it is you do to deal with the new realities. I'm seeing a lot of excuses that we don't think it's going to take a lot of effort to get back to normal. This is bigger than you think. The scope of the change, which is underway, is massive. I'm seeing folks make the excuse that it's really not that bad. Well, it's bad. The change that is underway, the industry disruption, the industries that are being destroyed, the careers that have disappeared, the jobs that have disappeared, and the new businesses that are being born amidst all the rubble. This is really, really significant. I'm seeing folks, making the excuse, well, we've got a young workforce. We're not really going to be impacted. It's not about the young people. It's about everybody. Your assumption is really wrong, deadly so. I'm seeing folks make the excuse that it hasn't changed our industry much. You haven't looked hard enough because the industry changes are real and very significant. I'm seeing folks with the excuse, well, our business model is intact and nothing has really changed. But you're not thinking through the medium term and the longer term of the impact of all the other trends which are around you and how they will play out. I'm seeing folks, set an excuse that we'll just, set a date for when things will get back to normal. Nobody knows. Clarity is not there. Uncertainty is the new watchword. We have no real idea of when we are going to emerge from this new reality. And then I see this one, but the stock market is roaring, it's strong, it's up, everything's got to be good. The market is not the economy. The market is not your industry. And last but not least, I'm seeing folks saying, well, I'm tired of all this stuff. I've had enough. I just want it to go away. Well, the virus hasn't had enough. It has not yet run its course. And that's why we need to challenge ourselves on the thinking that we are doing and the attitudes that we are pursuing as we try to get to this new and dramatic future. I want you to go and visit a video clip on my site. It's from the Swiss Innovation Forum in 2006. I was on the stage in Zurich and I was talking about these innovation killer attitudes. The attitudes which really hold us back from pursuing the future. And I want you to go through that list of the innovation killers. I want you to visit my webpage, innovationkillers.jimcarroll.com. Go through that list and then go through the blog post, which I'm specifically posting with this video, which goes through this list of these new innovation killers, and ask yourselves, which ones am I suffering from? As I outline the trends that you need to think about as you go forward in the future. And if you're trying to inspire your organization to move forward, reach out, give me a call. Everything you've just seen has happened in my home broadcast studio in front of this green screen, my canvas of creativity. Visit virtual.jimcarroll.com and I'll give you a bit of a tour and leadership insight on what you need to do to align yourself to a world in which the future belongs to those who are fast. And that's a wrap.